Chicano Rap Radio. Raw and uncut.
Cubo, and welcome to this week's episode of Chicano Rap Radio. We got the homie Crazy Boy in the house today, representing all the way live from the Central Coast. What's up, G? How you doing today?
Just posted on me. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
We appreciate it. So we just want to kind of start off the interview, get a little background information on who you are, maybe how you got started in the rap game. For those of you that, for those that aren't already familiar with you, let us know, let the audience know where you're from and how you got started in the rap game.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no doubt, man. Yeah, I've been in the rap game since I was like 12 years old, actually. So I've been doing music since 12. You know, I had a little passion for music back then and shit. You know, and I could flow. I knew I could rap, and I could rap like some of these other dudes that were dropping music at the time. You know, and as I got a little older, you know, the homies now that are now my homies, but at the time I didn't know them. Triple C and CLS, you know, they were killing it right here, and I knew I could rap like them. I could recite their lyrics and shit, but I just didn't know what I was doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then, so about 13, 14 years old, that's when I kind of got a little more serious and recorded probably one of my first tracks, and then you know, did my own writing and everything, you know, so it was legit. But yeah, I come from Oceano, California. You know, right here. That's where I'm from, you know, from the O right there.
Okay. Feed me. So you actually were blessed to have, you know, good mentors. You know, you're talking about Triple C and CLS. I mean, there's some of the OGs, you know, in the game. I really like their music. They're still classic. And I did notice that you kind of have a really good relationship with the homie Dominator. Can you tell us how that came about, and you know, maybe any kind of projects you guys are working on right now?
Yeah, man. Yeah, me and Dominator been homies since like 98. You know, back in 98.
So you go back.
We go back, bro. We had a radio station. A couple of my homeboys from my neighborhood, and Dominator, he's from a different neighborhood. He's from Nipomo, and I'm from Oceano. But back in the day, we had a couple of homies that had a radio station. It was called 88.9 Funk House, Rough House, Funk House, some shit like that. Rough House Radio Entertainment. But they were doing it up, and Dominator was their DJ. And I used to follow them, you know what I mean? Because two of the homies were from my hood and shit, and they used to have little parties right there and shit. Little Rob, Shadow, fucking bunch of other rappers would come through and shit. And we would all kick it, you know what I mean? And that's kind of where I first linked up with Dom, and then after that we linked on late 98. We linked on some music through a mutual friend, a homie of mine from my neighborhood as well, a homie named Quincy. He was good friends with Dominator, and me and Dominator met up at his pad one day, and I was flowing to some shit, and Dominator was like, "Hey, bro, you got some shit, bro." He's like, "Come by the pad, you know." Yeah, let's work, you know. So at that time, you know, we're our neighborhoods never really got along, so at that time it was kind of like stepping out of the lines, like for both of us, you know. But it was like, hey, fuck, open arms, you know what I mean? From this dude's from a different neighborhood, and he's telling me to slide through. And like I said, at that time I still kind of didn't know what I was doing as far as how to put tracks together and shit, you know. And I went over there, and that's where it started, man. I with Dominator right there. I went to his pad in his neighborhood and recorded my first 2 tracks with him right there, and that was it. You know, I realized, okay, cool. I just needed a little guidance, and I was good to go. But
that's right.
With all of them, you know what I mean?
That's a famous story, homie, because I think it illustrates really well how music can bring people together, especially how you're saying how you and the homie Dominator, or the homie Dom, you know, as you call him, how it brought you guys together, and being from different neighborhoods, you know, how you guys were able to kind of put that aside and move forward with the bigger love for the music. I did. I noticed that on your new album, by the way, congratulations and props on the new album. I mean, it's got a lot of bangers. I can tell you put a lot of hard work, a lot of your soul, a lot of heart, into it. You got a lot of good tracks.
A lot of shit, man.
Yeah,
grinded on that. We grinded on that one for sure, bro. Don put a lot of hard work into that shit too. That shit been going on for years. Some of those tracks we actually started like 4 or 5 years ago, 6 years ago and shit.
Wow.
Maybe like the production and maybe an idea, but
the concept.
Yeah, so a lot of those tracks were in progress for a while, and I wanted this album to be this is my third album for the Crime Family, so
yeah,
I wanted this album to be a banger. Not that my other ones weren't. I got some good music on the other ones, but I honestly did those other 2 albums. Like the first album, Better Days, that I dropped on Crime Family, I thought I was gonna die because of the cancer situation. So I rushed. I was in overdrive. Like
right.
I knocked that album out in like 2 weeks.
Damn.
And then Resurrection, the same thing. You know what I mean? I didn't think I knew I was alive at that point and I was living, but same thing. I kind of rushed at that time, and 2 weeks, with a couple of homies and shit, and Dominator as well, helped me out a little bit on that one, and I got those albums done quick. But this album, it was a lot of this music was already there too while I was doing these other albums, but we built half of this album was new, and then half of it was stuff that has been
you had it locked away in the vault, right?
Yeah, just Dominator was perfecting it, and there's a lot of shit that goes into making those tracks, and so he did a lot of dope work on there and getting the right features in for me, you know what I mean? So it was a lot of work, but it was worth it though.
And it shows because you have a lot of really good features on there. You work with a lot of different artists, like a wide variety of different stylos and backgrounds. And so again, the props to the album. We look forward to bumping it here at Chicano Rap Radio. There's definitely songs that are my favorite, even though they're all really good. But props on the album. And I wanted to stay on that real quick. I did want to touch on something that you said in regards to the Crime Family. How is it that you linked up with the homeboy Mr. Criminal, and how'd that come about? Because I imagine you were in the rap game already, doing rap for a while before you guys linked up.
Yeah, we were on tour back in 2010, or actually like 07 maybe. I think it started like 07 or something like. Yeah, it was 07, 06, 07 or somewhere in there. We crossed paths in Oregon. We were on tour in Oregon, and we had like a 3-city 3-day tour, like just bouncing from city to city real quick and just knocking out each show, 3 different cities throughout the state. So like a little triangle shot, and the homie at the time, that was putting that shit on, he was mutual friends between the two, and that's when Criminal was still with Capone and High Power over there, and so it was like a High Power thing, and I was one of the openers, you know what I mean? I was one of the guys that was opening, but I was rolling with them, you know what I mean? We were together on the tour, and we just hit it off then, man, and chopped it up, and we exchanged numbers then, and we just kept it cool. And then 2010, I think we did Oregon twice. I want to say we did Oregon twice and did a few shows out there in Oregon, like twice. We did 2 rounds out there in Oregon, but then in 2010, Criminal actually hit me up and offered me to jump on the album on the album that he was Gangbang Symphonies, and he told me to come with some heat. He said bring some heat, and jump on the album and shit. And I'm like, fuck, like, all right, cool, so
no pressure.
No pressure, nah, you know what I mean? So we sent them a track, me and my homeboy Crackshot, we sent them a track, and that's the track that's called West Bang. That's on Criminal's Gangbang Symphonies, and Criminal ended up dropping his verse, and yeah, he felt it, and it just went with the fucking times and everything. So it was cool. That's where we hooked up.
Yeah. Well, the homie definitely recognizes good talent. I mean, you know, I like his music. Shout out to the homie Criminal, and shout out to Crime Family Entertainment. I know you guys, you know, are doing big things, and it's good to see that you guys are still out there representing and putting out their, you know, really good music.
Oh yeah.
You know, I wanted to stay on the subject of your album because that's definitely, you know, the talk of the town right now. You just released it about, I believe, what, 2 weeks ago, 6/20/20.
Yeah.
Uh, so, and I know you're getting good feedback from it, but I just want to take a quick little break, and we'll come back and chop it up about your album. So, we'll be right back. All right, feed me. We'll be right back with Chicano Rap Radio. You're listening to Chicano Rap Radio, raw and uncut.
Chicano Rap Radio, raw and uncut.
Welcome back to Chicano Rap Radio. We got the homeboy Crazy Boy from Crime Family Entertainment in the house today. That's right. We're talking about his new album, El Niño Loco, out there, you know, making the rounds, you know, on all digital platforms. We're talking about how he came into the Crime Family Entertainment with Mr. Criminal and how he got started in the game. Staying on the same subject of your album, I wanted to know, well, the crowd wants to know, are you working on any videos? I mean, which videos can we expect coming out the gate for your album?
Oh yeah. No doubt. I already dropped I think I dropped one already for the album, but yeah, I got a couple tracks in the works right now. Actually, we already did some filming for Relax, the track that I have with Dominator and Carolyn Rodriguez.
I see you relaxing right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've been smoking on that Deadhead, you know what I mean? That Deadhead Kush, you know,
that's right.
Crazy stick, doing my thing right here, just sipping on my Perrier, you know what I mean? But yeah, for sure. We shot already. Dominator actually filmed some shit for me for that Relax. So Relax is already in motion. That's what Dominator and Carolyn Rodriguez, like I said, and then I got One Day. I'm actually working on One Day. I was actually working on that last night, so I should have One Day done pretty soon here, and that's probably gonna be one of the next videos that I drop.
Okay.
But be expecting a video from me and Mr. Criminal. One of the tracks, the track that we have on my album, that last track that we got, California.
Yeah.
That one's gonna be a dope.
Yeah, that's a banger. Yeah. Let me know if I can make a little cameo. Maybe I could just walk by or something like that, you know? Or in the background.
We're gonna be out there in Santa Barbara and shit.
Oh, okay. So you'll be close. You'll be close.
I'll be real close.
That's right.
I'll DM you and I'll
no pressure,
invite,
homie. I'm just fucking with you. But if I can make it, I will come out there.
Yeah, for sure. You come out, man, and fucking kick back and check it out, man. We're gonna have a good little day right there and do a good little video shoot, and yeah, we got some shit planned out though for us. So yeah, it's gonna be a good situation.
I like that track a lot. Actually, I was bumping it on my way to the studio this morning, and you know, I think it's gonna be a really good video. I think the other ones are gonna be really good too. That song Relax, I did want to ask you something about that. So Relax, obviously, for those of you that, you know, maybe aren't up on game, I mean, the song's about, you know, smoking weed, smoking cannabis, or, you know, whatever you want to call it, Mary Jane. I know that you had a battle with cancer. Now, can you attribute any of your success to your cannabis use in regards to like the cancer, and maybe how that helped you cope with your treatment? Is that something you can touch on?
You know, when I was diagnosed with the stage 4 neck cancer, that should have killed me. You know what I mean? I had head and neck cancer. That is the rarest type. It's probably the one that is like the more deadlier. you know, I was pretty worried and shit in there, but I asked my doctors right away about cannabis use.
Yeah. Because you're already a cannabis user?
Yes, correct. And
Okay.
and I asked my doctors right away, you know, what, because they were giving me a poison, a drug called cisplatin, and that was to kill the cancer cells, but that it kills all kinds of shit inside of you. But
Right.
so they weren't sure at the time when I asked them about the cannabis use. They weren't sure if it would conflict with the medicine that they were giving me to kill the cancer. So my doctors didn't rule it out. My doctor at the time, I had some excellent doctors, man. They're from branch off of UCLA, but they're up here where I'm at. Right. And they said, go for it. They said, try anything at this point, you know. Right. So
Stage 4.
Yeah, I did. And fuck it.
And you beat it. That's right.
Yeah.
And for those of you that aren't aware, I mean, stage 4, and, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, stage 4 is like the most advanced cancer that you can get, correct?
It's, yeah, there's more advanced, but stage 4 is you're right there, man. Like it's
high up there.
Yeah, it's that means it's already growing, it's already doing its thing. And mine, like I said, it started in the throat and it grew out here. I had a ball on my neck and shit, you know. And so it was pretty crazy, you know. I mean, it was a scary situation. But
did that affect your flow in any way? Did it do anything to your vocal cords?
At the in the beginning, yes. I had radiation treatment for 7 weeks straight, so I got blasted. I was burned all out on the outside and on the inside. So I had to do a little bit of speech therapy. To bounce back. Not many people know about that. I don't even think I've ever shared that with anybody. Actually.
Wow. Thanks for sharing that with us.
But anyway, it was just a slight change in my vocal cords and in my voice. So I did 6 weeks of speech therapy and physical therapy, just to make sure my shit stayed the same and where I can still talk and pronounce my words correctly.
Right.
Because that shit, like I said, it kills a lot of your cells and everything. And when you're getting blasted with the radiation and the chemotherapy simultaneously like that, it's not a good combination, you know. But that's what they have to do to kill it. So. Yeah, but it is what it is.
I think I speak for all our listeners in the crowd that, you know, we're really glad that you were able to beat that because you're very talented, and, you know, we want you to continue blessing us with more music. I know that your music touches on different subjects, and I think, you know, there's a song out there for everybody, and so, you know, we're really glad. And you know, I don't know the terminology, but I think is remission. Are you in remission, or, you know, what's
correct? Yeah.
So what's remission? Just school me on that real quick. What does that mean, remission?
Basically, I'll be in remission for 10 years. So after you're done with your treatments and they tell you, okay, you're done, you know, you're fucking, the cancer's gone, fucking, you're good to go. You're not good to go. Right. Yeah, you got to make sure that shit stays gone. So for me, I had to do a lot of changes in my lifestyle, and I used to smoke cigarettes and fucking drink alcohol and all kinds of, you know, nonsense that I would do and harm my body with at that time. But I stopped all that shit, you know, and I had to change a lot of that to continue to stay cancer free, and so it doesn't come back. And while you're in remission, you're basically just under watch. You're being checked. I get checked every 6 months. I still have to get scans. I get this like neon green. It looks like slime, like some poison crazy shit. But it's like it's a liquid that they put in you, like a sugar, I guess you could say, that they put in you to light up any cancer, and they scan your body. So I have to get that every 6 months, and every year I get another checkup. They go in my nose and go in my throat with little cameras and shit, you know. I just went the other day, actually. So, yeah, they go in there and they fucking look with the cameras and shit. And basically, when you're just under their care and under their watch for 10 years until they say, okay, you're good, and give you a clean fucking slate. But yeah, it's a battle, man. You know. freaking.
Well, again, I'm sure you and your family, I mean, I think everybody's glad that that part is over.
Oh yeah, sure.
Definitely keep an eye on it. I know that you have to make some lifestyle changes in regards to maybe certain things that you put into your body, maybe having a good diet. So, stick with it,
Yeah,
homie. We support you, and we back you 100%, and being able to beat the cancer and stay cancer free. So, we're
for
gonna
sure,
keep
no
an eye on
doubt.
you. We're gonna check up on you for the next 10 years. Make sure you're good.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Now, and one last thing, I'm definitely a cannabis connoisseur. I love smoking bud. I've been smoking bud for a very, very long time. What did you say you were smoking on?
Right now, I'm puffing on some Deadhead OG.
Deadhead OG. Yep, yep.
Yeah, yeah,
That's a
nice,
that
nice little strain.
that's an indica, isn't it?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any dispensaries right there in Oceano?
Yeah. Actually, there's two or three of them right there. We got
Anybody that you want to shout out? Anybody that takes care of you more than the others?
shit. Not not necessarily the dispensaries there in that area. They're on some high price shit, but so
Okay, where do you go? Where do you cop your?
I
Unless it's the homie down the street, we don't want to know that. But if where
nah,
is
I
there
be
one you recommend next time I'm out there?
uh uh follow Sesh Up, man. Check out Sesh Up. Join the
Sesh up.
sessions. Uh, become a member. Tap in with them and jump in that cannabis community because they got a wide variety, a lot of different vendors. There's not one person that I can like say, oh, I recommend this night.
Yeah,
You got to go and see it for yourself. You know what I mean? And it's all legit though. It's all legit, all legal. Everything's all cool, all organized. Everything is cool. But main main uh main shout out real quick to the homie Ed's Farms. Ed's Farms, you know what I mean? That's the Ed's Farms 805. Much love to the homies, you know what I mean? All day. That's my peoples right there. So
that's right. They
all
got
day.
the hookup. All right, we'll keep an eye out for their strains. I'm gonna have to see if I can track some down for myself. We're gonna take another little break, and we'll be right back with the homeboy Crazy Boy right here. We're just chopping it up about his music, his new album out right now. Crazy Boy El Niño Loco. We'll be right back with the homie. You're
Yeah.
listening to Chicano Rap Radio, raw and uncut.
Hit us up at 805-395-6595 for your special requests, dedications, and shoutouts. Chicano Rap Radio, raw and uncut.
Welcome back to Chicano Rap Radio. We got the homie Crazy Boy right here. We're talking about his music. We're talking about cannabis. We're talking about a lot of different things going on in his life right now. And we really appreciate the homie's time with his new album out right now. I imagine he's real busy. So thank you for joining us, homie. Thank you for making the time on such short notice
Yeah, no doubt.
for being here today.
Yeah, appreciate you guys having me.
Well, we're happy to have you because one of the missions here at Chicano Rap Radio is to put a spotlight on everybody out there doing this kind of music. I mean, I know that Chicano Rap is not necessarily like the bigger picture is we rap or we do hip hop, right?
Yeah.
But we want to focus on Chicanos in particular because I think that overall the music industry hasn't really shown us the love that we deserve. We don't really get any radio play on the mainstream radio or pretty much anywhere. And so
Yeah.
our mission here is to do that for us and hopefully find a way where we force the door open, where they recognize there's a lot of talent in
Yeah.
this genre, you know?
Major talent in the Chicano rap world, man. There's so much talent. There's a lot of people that will murder people that are, all these hip hop heads and this and that are out there on that mainstream level that are getting recognized. And we got a lot of people in our world, So that's good shit.
Have you experienced any kind of maybe like blackballing in the industry, maybe because of being Chicano or being raised in the
Oh
hood
yeah,
or any of that? I mean,
yeah,
can you give us a little story here and
yeah.
there
I
about
mean,
that?
shit. I've always been a solo artist. So I've always kind of been by myself, coming into the game, like just affiliated with a lot of other rappers, and coming
Hmm.
up within my circle of rappers. But um, so it was always kind of not that I had to prove anything or but then again I did, like, so I kind of had to show people that what I was capable of in order for them to fuck with me, and that shouldn't have been the case. You know what I mean? Like all the time, it's like if you're part of the circle, you're part of the team, or whatever the case may be. Those are your people. You support them. You know what I mean? You get behind those people
Yeah.
and help them, correct them if they're wrong, or whatever the fuck the case may be, or whatever. You know what I mean? But it wasn't always like that. People would at the time it was there was a lot of people that would I wanted to hook up with Triple C and CLS, back then and shit, and I had a couple of people that knew them, and I would always ask them, can you hook me up with them, please? Like, let me
Right.
fucking show them my shit, like,
Yeah.
and they, oh,
Right. Right.
hater shit, it's
That.
like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
so I had to hook up with them myself,
Right. Right. You
show
had to
them
make it
here.
happen.
Yeah. And as soon as I, like, oh, fuck, this fool could flow, whatever. So,
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, that's all day though in the industry, brother. That's fucking everywhere. You know what I mean? People will always look down on us because we're not the ones that are on that mainstream category right now,
Yeah.
or always. But I think we're starting to break through, the
Yeah.
shit, a lot of
Yeah.
shit that people are doing, and look at what you guys are doing. This is a good outlet as well,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
thank you. We appreciate that. And, I'm really optimistic about us being able to really do something major, in this decade. I mean, we're just starting the decade off. I mean, this year has been a fucked up year, I imagine, for a lot of people, but I mean, that's not the end of us, and I really think we're all
Yeah.
making some major moves. There's definitely a lot of, you see a lot more Chicanos in Hollywood. And so as long as we continue to push and as long as we continue to consistently put out good music or perfect our craft, I think eventually they're going to have no choice but to recognize it.
Yeah.
I did want to say a big fuck you to all the haters out there and everybody else who happens to be Chicano, who maybe is a fucking Chicano rapper, and instead of bringing our people together, they're just kind of throwing shade on the homie or just kind of hating or whatever because they want to be first.
Yeah.
And I think that's the wrong approach. I think the right approach is for us to link up and 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 work on each other's features and just pump each other up and
Yeah.
promote the homie and all these other things. So I mean,
Yeah.
if you're on that boat, fuck you. But if you're on our side, then you're welcome because we're looking. The bigger picture for us is to put one of us on. You know,
Exactly. Yeah.
there's definitely a big market for us out there. Now, I on your current album, you have a good amount of features. Um, the one of the songs that I really like is Blessings.
Okay.
Blessings. Can you tell us how you came up with that concept or really what inspired you to do that? Because I like it.
Uh,
It's some
bl-
real truth.
yeah. Blessings is a dope ass track right there. The homie Dominator produced that track. Um, and yeah, I was kind of sitting on that beat. I had some shit written to it, and it was cool. It was dope. You know what I mean? It was gonna be a dope track either way. But it was just like it kind of needed something else, so I kind of left it alone for a few weeks. And me and Cujo, we was chopping it up, and I shot that one to Cujo. I felt like that one could use Cujo's voice on that one, his shit on there. You know what I mean? I
Hmm.
felt like he'd fit that one. So I sent it to him, and I was expecting just a verse back. You know what I mean? I kind of didn't really know where I was going with the track. I just kind of wanted to see what he was gonna spit or feel to that.
Right.
And that concept and that track and that hook and everything, that came out of Cujo. So
right.
Shout out to the homie Cujo, you know what I mean? That fool sent me back a fucking verse and a hook, and I was like, oh shit, all right, cool.
There we go. Yeah.
Let's rock, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just based up some ad libs and fucking followed his lead, and that was it, you know. So yeah, that's where that track came from was Cujo, man.
Well, I really like it, and I think a lot of the other listeners are going to relate to it and really enjoy it. Another track on your album that that I was just listening to before I got here was the LAX to HLN, I think.
H&L.
H&L, there you go.
yeah, Honolulu.
Yeah. I noticed on your Instagram you're out there in Hawaii not too long ago. How was that experience?
I was out there. I've been out there twice already, like within the last 6 months or a year.
That's right.
So we did Oahu the first time, and then that was legit, man. That's H&L. That's the airport right there in Honolulu, the big one. But yeah, that's legit.
What inspired you to write about that experience? I mean, you were on vacation, right?
I got family out there. This last round that I went out there, I linked up with the company that does victory trips for adults, kind of like Make-A-Wish.
Right.
So I linked up with a company called 17 Strong, and they grant victory trips to adults, and so they offered me a trip, and I took a second trip out there to Maui. And that's where my family lives. I got my uncle, my dad's brother, and my 2 cousins. They're right there on Maui, so they're in Kihei, Maui. So we went out there, me and my chick. We went and stayed. Yeah, Kihei, Maui's legit, bro.
Yeah.
Have you been out there?
I haven't been out there, but one of my homeboys, he loves that place. I mean, he actually just bought a pad there about a year ago.
Okay.
Kihei. His dog, I imagine it's a really special place because his dog's name is Kihei too. So.
Oh, bro, you gotta check it out. My cousins and my uncle, they like legit live like a block from the beach.
Damn.
The water is right there, you know, and it's nice, brother. It's beautiful out there, you know. So
I was gonna say, do they Airbnb that shit? Cause I'll sleep on the couch.
I know. Hey, it's pricey out there, but it's not that bad. Right here where we're at on our side, right here in the Central Coast, and this fucking part of the 805, we get taxed out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So our prices right here. I was telling my lady when we were out there, I was like, you know what? It's like the same fucking shit, you know? It's like, fuck, you know, like the rent, it's a little bit higher, but it's doable, you know what I mean? It's not that bad. But it's beautiful out there, man.
Well, I'm definitely gonna take that into consideration. I'm gonna try to get out there soon, and I think I'm gonna start off with Kihei. I mean, I see that most people do like the normal tourist spots, but if you tell me Kihei's the spot and my homies tell me Kihei's the spot, then I'm gonna check it out. And if you got familia there, you know what I mean? Like I said, maybe we'll just ask if the couch is available and save a little money for a helicopter tour or something.
My cousin does he's a fucking tour guide for kayaks and shit. He'll take you out on the water and fucking pull up the wells and shit.
Damn, that's right.
Yeah, so you let me know when you're out there, and I'll link you up with my cousin, bro.
That's right, G. That's right. Yeah. Damn, that sounds like the life right there. Does he smoke too?
Yeah, all day, brother.
Okay, yeah, because I feel like you can't go to Hawaii, without smoking some of their cannabis too. I mean, the Maui Waui or anything else that grows up there.
Yeah, they'll tell you that they like the Cali shit better.
Okay.
Because they're out there, but. Nah, they got some good shit out there. They got some good shit. I like their weed, you know what I mean?
Right.
all their shit's nice out there. Their fucking plants are fucking beautiful out there. It's all lush, green, and everything grows good.
It's the tropical weather that I think it helps it. Well, and you know what, homie, I'm not gonna argue him on that because I love the Cali weed. I've always been real proud of all our growers out here in Cali. I mean, we definitely put it down. I feel like we're at the center of the universe when it comes to super dank, super bomb buds. I mean, I know several heavy hitters in the game, and they always have fire. They're always coming through with fire.
Yeah, yeah.
I wanted to, I just wanted to just move on a little bit and just kind of just touch bases on maybe, the future of Crazy Boy. We know that the album is out right now, so you're in the midst of promoting it and getting it out
Yeah.
there. But I mean, because of the current environment, you mentioned earlier that you had gone, on tour back in the day, and that's how you met the homie Criminal. I mean, how is that going to affect your promotion of this album with concerts
It's
or shows being kind of not really a thing right now?
it's it is what it is. It's very limited, so this one is gonna have to ride on its own. It's gonna the only thing I could do is do whatever I could do myself personally, and what we could do on the label as a team. You know, we got some hard copies coming, so the hard copies will be coming real soon. We're gonna be doing shipping, and shit like that, just basic shit. But I mean, as far as the promotions and stuff like that, it's just strictly limited right now to online promotions and whatever
videos, maybe.
Videos and anything I can do online, any type of promotions online. Criminal, he also puts me, on his page. He promotes me on there, and Crime Family page. We got the Crime Family page that puts all of us up as well. So we do our thing. We get enough right there, you know what I mean, to get a little buzz at least.
Right. So if someone wants to kind of capture a little piece of history, I mean, I'm all for downloads. I'm all for streaming, but I mean, I'm an OG from back in the day, and I remember, when I first, put some music out and I was able to put it on a CD, it was like, wow, like I'm accomplished, I made it. And I think nowadays, everybody focuses on the downloads and on the streaming, but I think that's solid that you have hard copies actually coming, because it's something tangible. It's something that someone can buy and hold on to, and it's I feel it's becoming like a lost art. Like what are kids gonna in the future? They're gonna be like, what is this thing? Like the same way we used to look at a cassette player or an 8-track.
Yeah, so, for sure. Yeah.
So you have CDs coming.
Yeah, I'll have CDs coming, and I'll possibly do a very, very small limited run of some wax. I might
wow.
So because I've had a few people requesting and asking for wax, so a couple of DJs and shit. So I'm like, shit, I've been thinking about it these last few days, and I think I'm gonna do a limited run of wax pretty soon.
I think that's a good approach, homie, because it just captures the exclusiveness of your music, and if it's a limited run, then everybody better get on it if you're trying to keep some of that history of the homie Crazy Boys catalog. Definitely want to be able to cop that vinyl, and you said DJs are asking for it, so sometimes I listen to the crowd. Now, I know that the homie Criminal recently put out a movie. Is there any upcoming work for you in regards to maybe getting in front of the camera as far as acting skills or anything like that? Is that something we can expect from Crazy Boy?
There is a few things that we got in the works, so I can't really speak on too much, but I do got a few things in the works, so be expecting something coming soon from me. I am starting to take a step back from the music full time, like, like I was when I was younger. I wanted to fucking be this superstar or whatever, you know what I mean, and be out there popping all over the fucking place. And I'm cool on that shit now. I'm chilling, you know what I mean? So I'm just doing me and being comfortable and making the music that I want to make and being comfortable and releasing it how I want to release it. But yeah, I got some shit in the works for sure. We got a couple of short films that we are actually in progress doing. So
that's right, homie.
But yeah, the videos all day, I'm jumping hard into that too. So you know what I mean, that's the game right now. So those videos, be expecting a lot of videos, a lot of video work.
Well, we look forward to all of those. Again, we're talking to the homie Crazy Boy from Crime Family Entertainment. The homie has a new album out right now, Crazy Boy El Niño Loco. Make sure that if you haven't already got out there and downloaded or streamed it, make sure you go check it out. The homie has some bangers on that, and definitely want to support our people, and not just because of the support, because it's just good music. So check it out and spread the word to everybody else. Now, with this is 4th of July weekend. Do you have any special plans this weekend that maybe you could just kind of let us in on?
Yeah, we post up with the fam, man. Me and my lady and my kids and everything. We post up with the fam. We do our thing every year, and we hit a park right there in the hood in the area, and do our thing, man. And the neighborhood goes off right there in Oceano. It cracks. So.
Oh yeah, fireworks, huh?
Oh yeah, so there's a lot of dope shit out there. So
that's right.
But yeah,
that's
everywhere you look, good shows. So
are fireworks illegal in your area or?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what we do. It right and dirty.
Yeah, for sure, all day. Yeah, we ready to go though. You know what I mean? So
that's right.
We got a lot of dope shit. But yeah, no, I mean you could do the safe and sane ones. They sell them all over right there. But
yeah, that's no fun.
The big ones are cool, but they're overpriced, big fucking nothings, So
yeah,
I like the other ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
So anybody out there in Oceano, make sure you go to the park and check out the homie Crazy Boy's fireworks show.
Pull up.
Yeah, pull up.
Yeah.
All right. Now, for anybody out there that's just being introduced to your music, and perhaps wanting to support you, where can they cop some merchandise? Is there a good place where we can send them so that they can check out maybe merch or pick up some hard copies of your albums? Where should they look for that?
As soon as the hard copies do become available, as soon as we send them off for print, I got a few more things to do before I send them off for print. And as soon as they do become available for print, I will have them available on my personal Instagrams and my Facebook. So you can follow me, at crazyboy_crime family entertainment on Instagram. Look me up on Facebook, under Crazy Boy. You'll find my music page. You'll find my personal page on there as well. It pops up under Crazy Boy, either one. And I'll be posting all the links for all of that shit. I'll be doing a lot of personal shipping and all that myself. But then you can also go to www.crimefamilyentertainment.com. Okay. And we will have links on there for my project as well. We're gonna be doing a limited run of shirts for the album. Okay. With my actual CD cover on the shirt. So I'll have a couple of things that I'll be putting up on the actual website as well. So
that's right.
Yeah, check out the Crime Family Entertainment.
Give us your IG again.
It's crazyboy_crime family ENT.
Okay, crazyboy_crime family ENT. Make sure you check the homie out. Like I said, Crazy Boy has a new album out, El Niño Loco. We want to say thank you for joining us, for this week's episode of Chicano Rap Radio.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, you're always welcome, and we'll we'll have you back sometime in the future. You kind of check up on you. Like I said, we gotta do the
Sure.
10-year remission check. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, for sure, brother. Let me know.
want to make sure that everything's going good. And we're gonna keep an eye out for the vinyl that you said that you'll be dropping. Keep an
Yeah.
eye out for the homies hard copies. Make sure you support it. Make sure you spread the word. Is there anything that maybe you want to leave the audience with before we end this interview?
Nah, man. I mean, basically, just check out my shit. Stay tuned. I got some albums that I'm featured on, and I got a couple artists that I'm working with and that I'm managing right now. So I got one that's dropping some music next month, July 20th. Be on the lookout for my homegirl AI's Booty Call EP. And then she got an album dropping after that. And we're going to be dropping a single, doing some shit with Pac-Man the Gunna, the homie Nipsey Hussle's homeboy and shit. So we got some good shit cracking with him right now, and them, and well, I'm sorry, with her and him. So be on the lookout for a dope ass single coming out real soon with that shit right there. But yeah, so that's my artist right there. She's under my shit, Blue Rain Music, and Smoke It Up Production. So
that's right.
Hey, yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, appreciate you joining us, homie. We'll definitely keep an eye out for all that. For your new artists, it's good to hear that that you're doing you're helping out other artists, that you're managing them, that you're
I'm trying to
developing
pass the
them.
torch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gotta pass the torch.
Right. That's solid. Going back to what we were talking about, right? That we got to help each other out, not keep each other down. So
yeah.
All right, homie. Well, we wish you a happy 4th of July.
Likewise, brother.
Make sure you're being safe, and we'll have you back here some other time. And I appreciate you for your time. Check out the homies album, El Niño Loco. It's definitely a banger. And you listen to Chicano Rap Radio, raw and uncut.
Much love.